What up, my people? What up? So, I had a rough go at it, throughout life, when it comes to like relationships and stuff like that, and meeting and dating and stuff like that. And this is all, life before my wife, right? So, I worked at this job one time, and at this job, it was one of those boring jobs where it kind of like everybody just kind of dated everybody, and you just kind of had your pick and you did whatever you wanted to do while you was at work. So it was this girl that started at this job that I worked at, and she was kind of one of those girls that, she wasn't somebody that I really liked, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't my flavor or whatever. But all the dudes in there, they liked her. And she really wasn't getting none of them time of day or whatever. But every time I would see her around work, she would talk to me all the time. So we was just friends or whatever. We'd just talk or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then fast forward, eventually we decided to, let's exchange numbers or whatever. And we exchanged numbers, and, we talking on the phone, we texting each other. And this was going on for like a while. And everything was cool, and then eventually I was like, she seemed like she cool, maybe I might go pop in and, maybe go over and kick it with her, go on a date with her, whatever. And this was many years ago. So eventually, one of those days, one of those times she invited me over to the crib or whatever. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go over there, everything gonna be cool. But I got this side to me, y'all, man, where I don't really trust people too much, man. I'm not really easy to like trust people. So back then it was even worse. It was 1,000 times worse for me, right? So I couldn't just go over there, right? So she invited me over one day, and I just couldn't just go over there and just be like, all right, I'm gonna just, hey, bing, ding, dong, go in and be like, hey, what's up, chill. Nah. The darkness creeped into my mind and said, canvas the place before you go over there. And let me tell you, man, that was the worst decision I ever made in my life, man. The worst decision I ever made in my life. So I go out there and I canvass the whole apartment building. She told me when to come over, and it happened to be it was getting a little dark outside. So I was like, all right, I'll go over there. So it's getting dark out. She lived in these like sketchy apartments, but it was like those sketchy apartments in a good neighborhood. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Every neighborhood got like a sketchy trailer park or sketchy apartment complex, and it just happened to be one of those. So when I get over there, the first thing I do, I'm looking around. I'm like, ooh, where am I? I'm looking around because it was one of those places where I had never really been before. So I get over there, and she told me where she lived. So first thing I do was I go in I didn't go in and bring the buzzer. I went in and looked at the unit number, right? And I saw that the unit number, man, this is a little bumpy road, I'm sorry. I saw that the unit number was on the first floor. She lived in one of those apartment units where the apartment was underground. Now, stay tuned for part 2 if you want to hear the rest.